what if the first Philippine flag, the one raised in 1898, isn't kept in Cavite or in Manila like you'd expect, but in a quiet house up in the mountains? One of the most disputed objects in Philippine history is the flag itself. Where is the Philippine flag? The design of the Philippine flag was drawn by General Emilio Aguinaldo while he was in exile in Hong Kong. The banner, most accounts call the original, was hand-sewn there by Doña Marcela Agoncillo with the help of her daughter Lorenza and Delfina Herbosa de Natividad, and delivered to Aguinaldo before he returned to the Philippines to resume the revolution. Aguinaldo then put the flag through its baptism by fire. It was first seen on the Battle of Alapan on May 28, 1898, and later formally unfurled during the Proclamation of Independence in Kawit, Cavite on June 12, 1898. But here's the confusing part. Many people agree that the first flag was the one waved in Kawit, but no one knows where that flag ended up, or which one was really the original. I've always been told that the first Philippine flag is not kept in Cavite where it was first unfurled, or even in Manila, the capital city, but in a quiet, unassuming house up in the mountains in Baguio City. Pero bakit kaya no? So we're going to Baguio to check it out for ourselves. Fortunately, there is a way to see it. Here we are at this humble house in Baguio City, which is widely believed to house the very first Philippine flag. The Aguinaldo Museum in Baguio City houses a private collection of the Aguinaldo's family heirlooms and memorabilia. A quiet trove that captures both the public and personal sides of the country's first president. Tao po. Hi. Good morning. Yes po. From the entrance, you'll find portraits of Emilio Aguinaldo, his daughter Cristina Aguinaldo Suntay, and snapshots from the revolutionary years. Display cases feature the general's personal belongings, from official documents and medals to his signature grooming kit used to maintain that iconic flat-top hairstyle. After Emilio Aguinaldo's death in 1964, his youngest daughter, Cristina Aguinaldo, brought many of his memorabilia, including what's widely believed to be the first Philippine flag, into this small house in the 1980s. According to some sources, Cristina found the flag tucked below his father's deathbed and kept it ever since. Then we head upstairs, passing more relics of the revolution before reaching the museum's most guarded treasure, the first Philippine flag, hidden behind this very door. However, at this point, filming is no longer allowed. Unfortunately, up to this point, hindi na talaga tayo pwede mag-film, so we're going to have to close the cameras for now because the light from the devices, kahit na mahina lang yung light, according to them, will affect the preservation of the artifacts. However, I'll tell you what I saw. It was basically this. That flag, the same one Cristina Aguinaldo Suntay said she found beneath her father's deathbed, is believed to be the flag in the photograph. Before its transfer to Baguio, the flag was reportedly kept in Aguinaldo's personal display case at his ancestral home in Cavite. If you look closely, it even bears the faded inscription Fuerzas del Norte de Luzon, roughly translating to Forces of Northern Luzon. There are only a few unofficial photos of the flag online. The once vivid cloth is now fragile, its threads completely unraveled, the colors long faded, and the flag not completely even a flag anymore, but a set of unraveled fragile threads, held and shaped together by a protective mesh inside a dimly lit chamber. A sad, deteriorating artifact. But honestly, I expected something majestic. But what I saw was quiet, almost ghostly. The faded colors, the fragile threads. But somehow, that made it even more powerful. Alam mo, it's kinda hard to describe that feeling, awe-inspiring, even as the debate continues whether it's original or not. Like standing inches away from a history of pride, echoing the thousands of voices of our forefathers. They say that Aguinaldo loved this flag deeply, that he even slept beside it and brought it out during important national occasions, treating it not as a cloth, but like a living piece of the country's soul. However, here comes the debate. Even Aguinaldo himself gave mixed accounts of what happened to the original flag. According to an Inquirer column, in 1919, Aguinaldo claimed that the flag was lost in the Caraballo Mountains of Nueva Vizcaya. However, in 1925, he said it was lost in Tayug, Pangasinan. However, according to personal accounts by his family, Emilio Aguinaldo deliberately lied to protect the flag from being destroyed, given that the 1907 flag law strictly banned displays of Philippine symbols and punished anyone showing nationalist sentiment until the law was repealed in 1919. According to an article by the NHCP, the daughter of the flag's maker, Marcela Agoncillo, named after her mother, claimed she saw the original in 1919 and later had a replica made, a flag with faces on each star. But her description doesn't match the flag preserved by the Aguinaldo Suntay family in Baguio. Instead, it eerily resembles a different flag, also displayed inside the Aguinaldo Museum, one that was captured by the Americans and considered to be one of Aguinaldo's battle flags, though clearly not presented as the, quote, original. Essentially, the description of the Marcela and the existing Suntay flags are two very different flags. Come to think of it, did the flag already have that inscription when it was first sewn in Hong Kong? Even so, the family wants Filipinos to be able to see and feel the piece of history while it still exists. As Emilio Aguinaldo Suntay III put it, the museum's goal is to bring the flag closer to the people and encourage visits so a new generation can appreciate the symbol before it crumbles.
But whether it's original or not, there's no doubt that it's an old flag, a flag that went into battle, carrying the hopes and struggles of our nation. And that same flag is one of those that evolved into the flags that we raise today.
We may never know if it's the real one, but what matters in the now is that someone still guards it, still believes in what it stood for.
That fragile cloth is a witness to freedom, and that alone is worth protecting.